The Charity Gaming Guild presents the Nat Pun Podcast. The Charity Gaming Guild presents the Nat Pun Podcast.
Good afternoon, everybody, and welcome to another week's episode of Fireside Chat. I'm joined, as always, by my lovely co-hosts. Say hello, Ash.
Hello, Ash.
Say hello, Andy.
Hello, Andy.
Say hello, Bertie.
Hello, Bertie.
Next time we should mix it up.
No, I think you were surprised that he went to you first.
I was. We should mix it up. I was like, Bertie should say hello, Ash.
I try and mix it up so it's not always the same people.
It's always the same people.
Mate.
Yeah, but it's not always the same people. Right. Smarty pants. It's not always the same people in the same order. That makes sense. It's not always the same people. Last time we had Stuart on.
It's true.
All right.
Yeah.
And sometimes we've had Alfie.
Yeah.
Both of them.
Both Alfies. Yeah.
/ Bertie.
Yes.
Tracy.
Try to.
Cool. So.
Dash.
I'm sorry, John.
No,
In
but you
theory,
go for it. You go for it, guys.
Nix.
Yeah.
Lyrian. Lady P. Brian. Jarl Gerard Road. Whatever Jarl Gerard's Road little bitch that showed you around Timberminster was called, I can't remember.
I feel like you're having an identity crisis, Ash.
I feel like I'm having an identity crisis.
Is this you working through all of the different names that you would consider for yourself and see which one you like the most when you get called it?
Currently, I'm airing towards Lady P.
I think that's a strong
I feel like
contender.
Zaphon is probably the one that's going to stick.
Zaphon.
Zaphon.
It just sounds like a type of creosote. I said that as if I know what creosote is, but it's the first words that came to my mind.
Just going to paint the fence, get the tin of Zaphon out and shoot it.
Yeah.
Which tin do you want? The 6-year-old one? That one?
Yeah. Slap it with a bit of Zaphon.
Well,
Right, we're better be off topic again.
Zaphon lasts for 3 seconds.
So today we're going to continue through our 2026 Players Companion.
Oh, yes.
We're going to have a look at a few community creations.
What?
And then have a look at some of the new specialist equipment.
Bertie is very excited.
Very excited. Very excited.
For me, it's the community creations. That's right. The community can create stuff. Get involved.
Where would they go and do that, Bertie?
They would do that in the Discord. I knew the answer to that question. You see the mild panic in my eyes.
Awesome. So, the first thing we are going to talk about is a subclass for the Artificer, which was created by our very own Zeke. This subclass is called the Ether Specialist. The A is silent.
Is it?
Ether. You say ether.
Well, then why
but it's got
spell
an
it
A.
with an A?
That's the way.
So I think when, if you was to do a fish list, that weird letter, which is the A and the E combined.
Oh, okay.
But I don't know how to type that.
Yeah, but we
We're
touched
just trying
on
to
this
save
last
money.
week, didn't we?
Did
Or
we?
last episode, I should
We
say.
touched lots of things last week, Andy.
Yeah.
On and off air.
Where we sort of said about you can't hear a pterodactyl go to the toilet because the P is silent.
Okay, delivery.
That wasn't me telling a joke, that was me
I-
sideways.
we're not scoring.
I feel like we need to score that because you didn't get a pun in this month's episode.
No.
Oh, well.
I would have done it differently if I'd known it was.
Oh, go on, then do it differently. Go on, do
But you
it.
can't do the same one. You've got to think of a new pun.
Yeah, new pun, delivery.
Better delivery.
Go.
Stand up if you want
No,
one.
if anyone I think of is very rude, I'm not going to say it on air.
It's the dog one, isn't it?
No, well, there was that one as well, but there was also the mugging one.
If you'd like to get these puns in person, come to an event and ask Andy.
Yep.
So my table!
So, the Ether Specialist. So the Ether Specialist is a powerful... Well, Ether is a powerful magical substance that's formed at places where the Allhaven's magical ley lines intersect. So the raw energy can be extremely dangerous and unpredictable. Therefore, the use of Ether is illegal across the Allhavens.
Question. If you were to see ether, is it like just like it's magical energy? Is it like crystalline? Is it sludgy? What physically is ether? describe it for me. Paint a mental
Go on,
picture.
John.
So we've seen it in various forms. We've had ether crystals, which are kind of blue, purpley, glowy crystals. We've had liquid ether, I think, because I'm pretty sure we've had it in a potion bottle and people have drunk it. Ether storms, so lightning.
So it can come as ether ore.
Yes.
That was quite good. That was good.
Very much.
If you want.
I put the book away, so I can't.
Yes.
write
Oh, it does
this.
get. So he doesn't get an official score. He's just wrong in that one.
Oh, come on.
Sorry, no.
I mean, that was
30.
self.
Would you like to rate the pun?
I'm going to give the pun a strong 7.
Yeah.
It's an 8 for me. I enjoyed it. It was a stealth delivery.
Yeah.
And the pun was solid.
I'd go for an 8 on that. Good delivery as well. Delivery?
9. I really enjoyed the delivery. I thought it was a good delivery.
It was spontaneous.
Do you know? I'm going to give you a 9 for the delivery. The only reason it wasn't a 10. Obviously, you weren't standing up, but it's more for my own fault in that my brain was waiting for you to finish the sentence.
You can't knock him points because you were waiting for the
Absolutely,
finish.
I can. I control my own points. Thank you very much.
I'd give you a 9 for it as well.
That's only 27 points you missed out on there. aren't
It's a shame, isn't it?
But it was
Oh, well.
you? So quick. It was so quick and he slipped it right in.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've often been told that.
So, as I said, the ether specialist is a subclass of artificer. I've never played an artificer. Have any of you guys played an artificer?
No, because I can't say it.
You're asking me whether I play an artificer, knowing full well that the character I play in your campaign is an artificer.
Wonderful, Andy. Would you like to tell us a bit about artificers? What do artificers do?
Well, my art. I mean,
Well, not a lot.
I'm not an expert on all of them, but the one I've gone down,
The one that
the route I've gone with, the subclass is the battle master. So I'm good at tinkering with things, and I can make weapons and stuff magic. I'm very good at creating lots of little things. So I now have my own little pet protector. So I've created a mechanical dog that has a very, very aggressive attack style. He basically chomps down on men's bits, and then his head spins very, very fast to rip them off.
And you gave another character crabs.
Yes, I did give another character a little mechanised crab to look after and feed his fish whilst he was away. So,
Well, all artificers.
and I've done,
What's the equivalent for
and I've done a bit of magic as well, so I can shoot out little fire bolts and some little bit of frost rays.
It's kind of magical tinkerers. Is
A bit of a magical
that's the
tinker, I would
jet
say. I mean, I'm only level 3.
Yeah, sounds about right.
Yeah. So I haven't really sort of, and it's the first time I've played an artist for, and I think we're only about 5 sessions in. So.
And they're all makers of things, aren't
Yes.
they? That is the premise of that class, is that it
Yeah.
makes
So
stuff.
I don't think they're. I mean, I do have my DM is very, very generous, and he allowed me to put a little. I do have a revolver which I have mounted to my shoulder, so a bit like the Predator. So where I'm looking, the gun's tracking.
It's very cool.
cool.
But I tend to
So
shoot the firebolts because they do damage.
So they're makers, aren't they? Essentially.
Yeah.
So the normal. So yours is battlesmith. Battlesmith. There's an armourer one, I think, isn't there, as a subclass, which is all about making Iron Man suits.
It's kind of
Yeah.
ish more.
And this is another subclass to kind of sit along those. And it's all about essentially using ether to power up your inventions. So at it'd be level 3, you get the ability to draw effectively upon your ether reserves to take an action. So as a bonus action, you can spend 2 of your ether reserves, and you can teleport to an unoccupied space within 60 feet, which is a very big jump.
Because Misty Step is 30 feet, isn't it?
Yeah, Shadow Step from a monk is 30, I think, as well. So yeah, some big jumps. Or you can use one of your ether reserves after you are hit by an attack within 5 feet. You can use your reaction to force the target to make a Constitution saving throw, or they take damage. So a bit like Hellish Rebuke.
Mm-hmm.
It's kind of the mechanism there behind that.
So what determines the number of ether reserves you have to spend?
That's a good.
Like level kind of thing, like key points or like sorcery points sort of thing.
Intelligence modifier.
Okay, right.
It's a minimum of 1.
I have skipped the page. That's why it sounds weird.
Uh-huh.
Because it's a 2-column document, and I scrolled down instead of going across.
Oh, how dare you.
It's unbelievable, John.
It's not very professional, is it?
Not really. That's all right.
Sometimes scrolling
we
down
will-
is better than going across.
We'll jump across. We will swipe left.
Scrolling up can have a good effect as well.
The reason why there's such an awkward silence is because you can't see the finger motions.
Ash, you are terrible.
Really?
Who is it? It's you.
I can say cash.
Blame
Oh, children. I work with children. Oh, well, I hope I don't work with children. I don't think I'd ever clear a DBS check. Don't read into that.
The other things that you can do with your ether reserves is you can use 2 of your ether reserves for etheric healing.
Ooh.
So if you one target within 20 feet of you, which may be yourself, gets 2d8 plus your intelligence modifier back.
That's decent.
At level 3, that's really
Yeah.
good.
It's really good.
That's really good.
But it is 2.
Mm-hmm.
So, what's the maximum? The maximum you would have is probably 5 points of etheric reserve, isn't it? If you had a 20, you'd have
It
plus
equals your
5.
intelligence modifier.
Yeah, so if you somehow got up to 20 at level 3, which isn't impossible, is it?
18, 19 is 18 is probably more common, isn't it?
Yeah, so
you
you're probably going to
half
get
your
4,
reserve.
aren't you?
Yeah.
So that is half your reserves to do that.
Yeah.
Do they replenish on a long rest?
Long rest, yeah.
So I think it's decent enough.
Yeah.
But it's a
Yeah,
big,
I mean, it'd be
big
like-
resource.
Yeah, I mean, you're right, 50%, but to a degree, if you're doing a high-level spell slot, you've got to wait until you replenish that as well.
Yeah.
The other thing you can do at level 3 is etheric weapon enchantment, which only costs you 1 of your reserves. Effectively, at level 3, it adds a d8 force damage and makes your weapon magical.
Is it just on the next attack, or is it permanent?
Just on the next attack.
Oh yeah, that does say
Yeah,
that.
so you'd have to keep spending those points on a sort of prolonged combat. And that does scale up kind of as you level up as well. So by the time you reach level 17, it's an extra 48.
That's a tricky one, that, isn't it? Because you can't. It's a full action, so you can't do it and then make an attack.
So you'd have to wait till your next turn.
Otherwise, you could. If it was, say, it was a bonus action, you could make the attack. Then, if you get a crit, it becomes like a mini etheric smite, doesn't it?
I think as a DM, if I was DMing a table and someone comes to me with that, I would assume that is their attack.
Yeah.
That like, as they're swinging, they're pumping the power in,
Yeah.
Yeah.
and you use it now, and then you don't have to remember it for next turn. That's the way I would.
Yeah.
I'd
That would be really
say it.
crappy if something happened to your character between those turns. You like used it, you're like brilliant. Next time, and then you go down.
Yeah.
You've just lost all of that action.
So that would replace something like multi-attack. If you had 2 attacks, that's still a full action to do that. Would be the way I would probably.
Oh
look at
yeah,
it.
definitely. Because multi-attack. Well, extra. Oh yeah. Yeah.
Because it levels and treat it a bit like a cantrip, I suppose. You could do it now, but effectively you wouldn't. You're doing that instead of a normal melee attack, which is cool though. I think that's very flavourful. The Ether Backlash, the reactive one, as well, levels sort of scales as you level all the way up to 48 at level 17, plus your intelligence modifier. Which is nice to see some of those things scaling, because some of the other subclasses around don't have scaling abilities.
Yeah.
And it's always a bit lackluster when they're cool abilities, but you stop using them after you get to reach some level, don't you? Which is very cool. At level 5, you get Etheric Conversion. So as a bonus action, you can expend a spell slot to gain a number of ether reserves equal to the spell slot's level. And that can be used once per short rest.
Okay. So kind of so similar to kind of sorcery points, getting sorcery points back
Yeah.
situation.
which is cool. Very useful, especially if you've been not allowed to rest, dragged through lots of combat and things. Manage that. Level 9, Empowered Ether. So at level 9 you can increase your understanding of the ether and how you use it. All the d8s used in your ether reserves abilities become d10s. So actually by the time you reach level 17 it'll be 4d10 extra damage and some healing and things, which is nice. The next level 15, Ether Storm ability. So as an action you can spend any number of ether reserves, minimum of 1. If you do, you generate an Ether Storm. The Ether Storm is summoned in a 120 foot wide, a 30 foot high cylinder for 1 minute, centered on a point within 60 feet of you. The storm lasts for 1 minute per ether reserve used to generate the storm.
That's massive. 120 foot wide.
120 foot wide, 30 foot high.
It's a proper chode of a storm, isn't it?
That's Storm Henry.
And I think let's keep reading and then we'll come back and discuss. So whilst the storm's active, it takes a magic action. You can choose a point within the cylinder and a massive ether lightning bolt
Massive
shoots
Easter
down.
bunny.
massive Easter bunny shoots down from a cloud. And the target must make a dexterity saving throw or take 1d10 lightning damage for each ether reserve spent to generate the storm. If 5 or more reserves were spent to generate the storm, the creature who fails save also is pushed 10 feet away from where the lightning struck, is not prone, and is stunned until the end of the next turn. Actually a very cool ability.
Yeah. That's proper crowd control.
Yeah. And I love...
Does it only hit... Did I hear that it only hits one creature?
So it's a creature within a 5 foot
each
point.
creature, okay, cool.
So if you've got so the most you'd hit is 4, realistically. If you're using like a battle map grid.
But if it's like war kind of horde coming against you, it's a good way to kind of... Nice.
I like that. And I like the fact that the more resources you spend into it, the more damage you get out of your bolts analog. Because the time extending I don't think comes into play too often. Most fights don't last more than 10 rounds.
No.
Out of combat, that could be a very thematic thing to do, to have this massive storm last for 5 minutes over a city or something like that. But,
You might use it as a distraction to drive people away from an area or something like that.
yeah.
So it's got some RP use as well as some mechanical combat use too.
Yeah. But then scaling the damage with the amount of ether resources you put into it is very cool. That's very cool. What do you guys think?
I like it. I like anything that gives you another resource. So something like focus points or sorcery points, stuff like that. I really like that kind of thing. This is just another example of that extra resource. I think it's quite cool. Might be quite nice to see it multi-classed as well. I think there's some interesting multi-class you could potentially do.
Like what?
I think using it alongside a storm sorcerer could be interesting. Was it Tempest Cleric or?
Don't know where you're going with it. You pick.
There's a subclass that does additional damage in a storm.
It's a storm. It is a storm sorcerer.
I can't remember which one. Yeah, it's one of the two. But that might be an interesting combination to look at together.
Isn't there one of them that you can do max damage if it's lightning? Which would coupled with some of these abilities would be
because the East
incredibly pokey.
So can this class make anything go kaboom? I'm asking for a specific reason.
What? I mean, what do you mean? Make it go kaboom?
Well,
You can blow someone up with lightning.
Doesn't fit with this character build he's trying to go for. Basically, Callum for our next game wants to do an artificer that's a little bit warped, so dresses like a clown and makes balloon models, but likes building bombs.
Oh.
I didn't hear anything in that was like create a charge. It was like a delayed kind of element to it.
So you could thematically, things like the weapon enhancement, it just adds damage to your next attack. So you could, in theory, throw a glass vial and have it do the 1d8 damage. But there's better combinations if you're looking for damage output.
There's an
Better
alchemist
things to use.
Might go to something like that.
Yeah, that's true.
Just give him dynamite and let him throw. Give him hand grenades and let him throw them. That's what he wants to do.
Giving anyone in your party a bomb is dangerous, as I found out.
Yeah, but you gave us bombs that implode or explode, depending on whether you turn right and turn left. And Phil kept them for ages, didn't he? Mm-hmm. And we forgot which way you have to turn them to do things.
Oh no.
So there's a few times they exploded when they should have imploded. It was good fun.
Going back to the clown idea, but absolutely horrific. But if you were doing like a horror campaign, like pie in the face, but the pie is like acid.
It's horrendous.
I know. But I was like, oh, clown, cool, creepy clown. Oh, what could you do that? You could do a horror. Yeah.
I love it. I mean,
Yeah.
We're all clown.
I feel like there's some community creations coming.
Yep. Bertie's running our game.
for our
We're all
27
clown.
book.
Yeah, I'd love to create like just a horror, absolutely horror. Like the idea that of pulling in some of the stuff you do is like at one point, just one of the arms just randomly starts to extend. So like if you, instead of like mage hand, it's not the mage hand moves, it's that your arm just gets longer and it's your hand that goes across the room.
get it right, and we can put it in the book.
Yeah, I don't like it myself.
What do you reckon? Would you play that class?
I would.
Yeah.
I actually would. Yeah.
I don't know if I would, but just because it's maybe a little bit too complicated for my little brain. So if I could get a good grasp on it, it would be fun to play with, but it would be my go-to just because I like simple stuff. Wacky, run away. His juices are flowing.
I don't know. I mean, yeah. Traditionally, because of, again, similar to what Bertie was saying, because of my mentality and lack of ability to grasp complex classes, I've always stuck to the simple run-up, twat it one, hit damage.
Run away.
So playing a class that is predominantly healing and support doesn't appeal to me. But that said, I'm really enjoying the Artificer I'm playing in your campaign. So I think it's kind of opening my eyes to other possibilities. I think my character, my Artificer, I think I probably get more enjoyment in the RP side of it than I do with the combat side, which is very not me.
I think with any of those more complex builds, certainly when you multi-class as well, if you go straight in at level 10, it's very different to starting at level 3.
Yeah, if you can build it up.
Build
and
yourself
as
up.
you go.
So when we talk about these, they sound quite complicated because we talk about every increment at every level.
Yeah.
So you get the entire class all at once. But in reality, that probably won't happen. You'll start at level 3 and then you'll add to your level 4, then your level 5, and you build yourself up. So I think that makes a big difference. So if anyone is struggling with like, the complexity of things, you can start with a lower level campaign that can help massively.
Yeah.
I think I play it. I love a Tempest Cleric, and there's elements of that in there. It's not quite what I thought it was going to be when I read the Ether Specialist. I thought he was going to be using Ether to power up like equipment rather than. Yeah, that's what I kind of think. Ether Bombs was where my mind instantly went to. But I think that's a really nice. There's lots of the offensive, reactive stuff in there. There's stuff you can thematically do.
It's very Zeke as well.
Oh, very Zeke.
Zeke has this bit of a thing about ether in our games. He always ends up eating it, or selling it, or hoarding it, or
completely changing the wild magic table because of it.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah,
He's reflavoured the entire wild magic table for ether specific reactions for his like mech suit.
Yeah, he's got
It's insane.
Artificer, sorcerer thing, hasn't he?
Warlock.
Yeah, Warlock as well.
Yeah.
Oh my god, yeah.
So,
Yeah, no, I like it. He's done a good job. Very proud. Very proud dad moment for me.
yeah, he had done a good job. Thank you very much, Zeke, for that community creation.
No problem. I hope we're at the next one as well, Zeke, alright? I didn't have much.
I'm a very proud dad because I did it.
I actually didn't have much input in that at all.
Drop us in the chat, Zeke. Let us know how much he actually did.
Yeah.
We reviewed it because of all the community creations, someone sends it in and we review it. We don't just go, yeah, that'll be all right, just chuck it in.
Just to clarify, who is the we?
The War Council.
Thank you.
By the War Council, mostly me.
It's me and Tracy.
Although me and Tracy, yeah. Lady P.
Yeah.
Although obviously the War Council can have a hand in with it still if someone unsure. Or, yeah.
Andy, you look
Did I
confused.
send any of that to the War Council?
Sorry?
Did I send any of that to the War Council? I think what actually happens, I write the whole thing and then send the whole thing to the War Council. And they get to see it before anybody else does and then feedback on it. I think that's actually the process.
I believe with the 26 players companion, you did send the whole draft out first.
Yeah.
The only thing you wouldn't send out was the new world.
The map, that's right, because I said you can't have the map.
Yeah, you didn't want anyone seeing that early. Yeah. You had a face on, Andy. What were you thinking?
Oh, no, I was thinking of something that is not for this particular section. It's something I was thinking of that Ash and I had discussed, and I've suddenly...
He's gone on a tangent.
I have gone off on a
Squirrel.
tangent. Yeah,
Secret squirrel tangent.
and I've just...
He's excited.
So, I've got to admit, having heard all these creations, I wouldn't mind trying my hand at creating a class of my own. I've done monsters before, and I've done races before. I've not actually done a class.
I just always expect this to become a joke.
No, it's true.
Okay, right, fine.
It's true.
It's got everything to do
I mean,
with shooting
my
on squirrels.
favourite creation is probably the halfling Etin. So Georgina.
Yes, Georgina.
I love Georgina, and I'd like to play her more, actually. I appreciate there being
Halfling
Etin.
Etin.
So she's an Etin, but only actually.
What's an etin for people who don't know?
An Etin is like an ogre that's got two heads. So my Etin is called Georgina because it's George is the male head and Gina is the female head. And George is a rather dense barbarian who just wants to hit things, whereas Gina is a slightly more eloquent, better educated cleric. So she likes to heal and use other options rather than just making things, which does tend to lead to a little bit of argument occasionally.
I want to hit it. I want to heal it. I want to hit it. I want to heal it.
Exactly.
It's a great way of doing a multi-class, though, isn't it?
When you hit, I'll heal.
I love that. I so want to play the game with Georgina. That's brilliant. Cool. The next community creation has been submitted by our very own Dave Freeman. And it is the Domain of Shackles Cleric subclass. Which is...
That sounds like a sex dungeon.
Sounds very dark, doesn't it? Sounds very
I'm
dark.
getting an insight into Dave's brain here.
Yep.
I will read the intro. So, clerics of the Shackled Domain wander the world appearing no different from any other holy healer. They carry no strange sigils, build no temples, and demand no coin or tithe for their work. Many are gentle and selfless, tending to the sick in alleyways and battlefields alike, offering comfort without question. In the wake of the sundering of the gods, when many priests lost their power and found their miracles faltering, Shackled clerics did not waver. Their blessing remained steady, their prayers still answered. In the uncertainty that followed, their quiet ministries rose to prominence. Healers who asked nothing in return, who seemed untouched by the chaos afflicting other faiths. But the source of their power is a truth they never reveal. In hidden prisons beneath the Allhavens, the souls of the condemned warlocks are bound in endless torment. Every miracle a Shackled cleric performs comes at the cost of another's agony, healing wounds, shielding allies, or breaking chains, only because unseen captives scream in silence. To those they aid, Shackled clerics are simply kind strangers with unusual gifts. Only the cleric themselves knows the cost. Some bear the guilt as a heavy penance, convinced they do what must be done to protect others. Others embrace the bargain, hiding cruelty behind a mask of mercy.
How fucking cool is that?
That is very, very cool.
I think
It's horrific, but it's very cool.
what I really love about that is Dave has absolutely played on some of the really early lore of the Allhavens.
Yeah.
Warlocks are absolutely like illegal, shunned upon. And actually what happens when you imprison a warlock? Shackled clerics. That's what happens when you imprison a warlock.
Oh, okay.
I think it's
So
brilliant.
the warlocks are the shackled people used to balance the scales.
Bring their power.
Wow. Actively drawing their power through them, aren't they?
Yeah.
Which is
I think it's really cool. I think that intro is really well written as well.
Yeah, it is.
Thank you, co-pilot.
So,
Thank you, co-pilot.
co-pilot, yeah. I'm sure Dave didn't use co-pilot.
No, absolutely not.
So I'm picturing this is going to be a bit of a mix of warlock cross cleric. That's what I'm picturing. What are you guys picturing just from the intro?
Well, I've read it, so.
Oh,
Emos.
emos?
Yeah.
You're picturing emos?
Oh, I'm picturing whatever Ash is picturing because he's read it.
Or, in a weird twist of fate, Dolores Umbridge.
Ooh.
Yes.
Shall I tell
So
you?
I still can't get the sex dungeon out of my head. I can see them all running around with arseless chaps on.
I mean, there isn't anything in that says that's not what's going on.
Very true.
So, yeah, some of the people maybe.
Add a little bit.
I mean, you could. What I would be interested in for that is because you kind of said about when warlocks get thingy, but how do they get the other side? So the people that are going to be shackled, and is there ever a situation where people would volunteer themselves because they've heard about it and they've gone, okay, I am going to be a. You know how you get sometimes like the cults where they're like, oh yeah, take me, I'm in a cult. It's that kind of cult mentality of this. Yeah, I'm giving myself to this order. Shackle me up. I'm technically saving people. If they have
That's the
volunteers.
that's the way into that sort of stuff I always picture. It's like someone doesn't know any better, someone who does know what's going on, kind of quietly indoctrinates them, so they get the good bits first. Oh, you're able to heal and you're able to draw power from this place, and then it's later they go,
By the way.
by the way,
Yeah, we're just going to take you to the
But they're
factory
bad
where you can
people.
see behind the screen.
but they're bad people, so it's okay to abuse them to help all these other
Yeah.
people, kind of thing.
Well, I
It's
was
always
thinking more of the
a good
actual
argument, isn't
people
it?
they're drawing from. Like the people that are literally the ones they're taking the life force from, are they always going to be imprisoned people, or are people going to volunteer and be like,
themselves.
yeah, I'll do that?
Sacrifice myself.
Yeah.
I think there's only one person that can answer that question.
Who's
I
that?
think that's Dave.
Yeah.
So if Dave's out there listening, next time we get a guest in the podcast, he needs to put his name forward and come podcast with
Yes,
us.
Yeah.
we can go through that one. Absolutely. That'd be
I'd love to
amazing.
have Dave in the podcast.
Yeah.
He's a great player. Very, very knowledgeable, very good player as well.
Lovely
And a
bloke.
genuinely lovely bloke.
Yeah.
So Dave, get on with it.
Pull your finger out, mate.
I don't even know if you listen to the podcast, to be honest. But
Do we know where the warlock prisons are in Allhaven? And I think you mentioned there's one in Nageldeer at some
Yeah,
point.
there's Nagoldatraz, which, but it was set up. It wasn't official. It was set up by a small cult that believes that the ruling council weren't doing their job properly, and they wanted to take the next step. And in essence, they frowned upon all magic use. So anyone that was a magic user was captured and just taken and incarcerated.
So it's not just
within-
warlocks, it's anyone they
It's
do.
anyone that uses
magically
magic.
dangerous,
Yeah.
basically.
Yeah, magic is dangerous. It's evil, and therefore the users must be incarcerated. So they would put people in the Goldatraz without trial. Just no question. You're in.
And we know there's some sort of anti-magic policing from Ravenborn.
yeah, you've
But
got
that's
cut.
not
So
quite.
you've obviously got the vault in Dragon's Gate as well. That's not just items; that could be people too.
Okay.
But there's also the Vault of Forbidden Knowledge, which has been hinted at a few times throughout the history of the world. We've never really done anything with it. In fact, did I send you there in Company of Fate? Looking at Andy. Vault of Forbidden Knowledge.
Possibly, but
Maybe.
So it's
Yeah.
much too long ago.
Much
Can't
too long
ask
ago.
anyone to remember.
absolutely.
Very unfair.
But that includes people, and we've said that before.
But I guess the destruction, or not destruction, but the reforming of the new Allhavens, it does open itself up to adding more to the story, in as much as if Nagoldatraz, for example, had been destroyed as part of the rift in the Allhavens landmass, you've got all these magic users now escaping, and some of them may be really quite evil because of the way they've been incarcerated and hate non-magic users because of the way they've been treated.
Like Dolores Umbridge.
Like the whole campaign arc there.
Absolutely. Andy needs to be running a campaign where powerful magic users are running right through the world.
Well, I
Well volunteered, Andy.
talking what you were doing now, I just had an idea pop into my head, and I'm just helping to flesh out this episode for John because I'm not sure you had much to talk about. So with the vault, because you said that there's not just items, there might be people in there. we could do a one shot where it's like there's a vault, and in this numbered vault, you have to get out what's in there, and they go in thinking, oh, it's going to be an item, it's going to be this, it's going to be that, and then when they get there, it's a person. It's Harry Potter.
It's Harry Potter.
And then, are they a good person? Are they a bad person? Kind of. That would be a fun one. Mm-hmm. The whole thing is to get in there, and then what have we released? It's all Charlie.
Could be Arseface's ring.
Yeah.
He's a genie. He's a goblin genie, and his home is a ring. So it could be the ring.
Oh, right.
You rub it. And...
I thought you were talking about his bumhole.
No.
Not gonna lie.
Literally just the
It's just a butt.
the sphincter.
I don't know why you need 2 hands to do that.
I'm pleased you guys are comfortable sharing.
Well, we haven't got thousands of listeners yet, but one day this will bite us in the arseholes ring.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Sorry, John.
So,
Tangent.
we haven't
sorry.
actually got into the
No, we
into the
haven't. We don't
subclass
actually know what it
yet. We
does
read the
yet.
introduction.
We got
and
so excited by how well it was written.
Yeah, I'm hoping the rest lives up to it. So, the main spells. So, 3rd level, Hex and Shield. Hex obviously is not typically a cleric one, comes more from the Warlock side, which is cool. Mirror Image, Misty Step at 5th, Counterspell, Vampiric Touch at 7th.
One of my favourite spells there.
Counterspell.
Counterspell, not vampire spells. It's Counterspell.
Your
Love.
preference the new rules for Counterspell?
I'm happy either way.
What is the
love-
difference between the rules?
So the old rules, so the new one, they have to pass a con save, basically. And if they fail the con save, you count the spell. The old rules, it was to do with the level of the spell
Yeah.
they'd cast, and that changed what you had to roll, I think.
So it was like 10 plus the level, and you had to beat that to clear it.
Yeah, something like those. I can't remember exactly what it was.
So is it then a set level con save, or is
So
that
it's gone
adjustable as well?
from if Ash should cast a 7th level spell, it would, like you say, the DC would be 17. I have to beat that.
Yeah.
Whereas now it's my spell save DC, and you have to affect the end of the monster or the creature has to roll a normal saving throw. So it kind of flipped around.
Yeah.
It's not the mechanics of it I love, it's just the pure fuckery.
Yeah.
Someone pulls some amazing spell out of their arse and you go, nope,
Counterspell.
absolutely not.
Gone.
My other favourite to do is to counterspell a counterspell. Mm-hmm. Love counterspelling a counterspell. It's great.
Sorry, so someone shouts silvery barbs at the same time.
Silvery barbs!
Silvery barbs. Is that this is your favourite thing? If someone says moonbeam, you say counterspell, then someone says silvery barbs.
Yeah, that's great, yeah. Perfect day around the table, that. Love it.
Ninth level, you get banishment and greater invisibility, and at 11th, hold monster and wall of force. So a mix of spells from a variety of different sources there, isn't there? Which is quite cool.
I think to cast Wall of Force, you have to sing A Brick in the Wall.
Oh, really?
Oh. It's got to be done. Other songs available.
Yeah. Thankfully.
So also at level 3, you get Soul Siphon. So when you cast an offensive cleric cantrip that targets a creature, you can mark that creature for 1 minute until they drop to 0 hit points. You can only have one creature marked, and the first time each round before the start of so the first time each round before the start of your next turn that the marked creature takes damage from one of your abilities, from one of your allies, that ally gains temporary hit points equal to your cleric level. So effectively you mark a creature, so if you're 3rd level, you mark a creature, one of your allies hits it that turn, they get 3 temporary hit points. Which is cool, so kind of siphoning off that creature's soul, which is very cool.
It'd be interesting if they had temporary hit points already. You can always choose, can't you, which set of temporary hit points you keep? Because you can't have more than one separate set of temporary hit points, and they can't be added together. You have to pick one or the other.
Yarp.
Is the wording of the rules you can always choose, or you take the most recent?
I think you can choose.
So have a look. I've got a
Double check.
Because the reason I ask is if you have to take the most recent, then you could actually screw some of your allies over, or make them not want to hit someone. I think you could pick as well.
Do they have to take the temp HP?
No, it says you may mark a creature.
So you may mark a creature, but
So
you have
you
to take
don't-
the HP.
You don't have to kind of mark a creature to start with. So somebody else, if you've got like a whatever, is it Twilight Cleric? You've got the buff where everyone
Yeah.
gets 10 HP every turn. If you've got Twilight Cleric, you probably wouldn't use that so much.
Okay.
Because they'll be able to give people more temp HP.
If you have temporary hit points and receive more of them, you decide whether to keep the ones you have or to gain the new ones.
Nice.
So you will always get the choice. So actually, it's fine.
Yeah.
I should probably know that.
You should, and I'm very disappointed.
I'm disappointed in me.
But this only lasts
As well.
obviously for one turn to get those temporary hit points. So when it's the damage being done, isn't it? So, cool.
Yeah.
Also, level 3, you get your Channel Divinity ability, which is Shackled Will.
Poor Will.
Oh, poor Will.
So you can use your Channel Divinity to overwhelm others with despair or of the imprisoned warlocks. So as an action, choose creatures of your choice within 30 feet that you can see. Each must make a Wisdom saving throw. On a failed save, the target is restrained by spectral chains until the end of your next turn.
Choose creatures of your choice within 30. So every creature you can see within 30 feet of you.
And the fact you can choose it means you can exclude your allies as well,
Yeah.
which is
Wisdom save. Ooh,
What level is
going
that,
to stop
sorry?
a goblin fight.
3.
Level 3.
Channel Divinity.
Damn! But is there a save against that?
Wisdom save.
Wisdom save.
Which
Yeah.
at level 3...
It could be plus. You could be at 18.
Yeah, so what was 8 plus proficiency plus...
Yeah, so proficiency's 2 at level 3. So it could be at least
could be like a 14.
15, something like that.
DC 14, 15. That's pretty junky.
Yeah, especially if you're. I mean, that's perfect if you've got like a whole bunch of goblins or something you walked into, isn't it? Just to go, just stop everybody.
Yeah.
But then it is Channel Divinity, so you have got limited uses of it. You can't spam it every single turn indefinitely.
Yeah.
Yeah, and they're only restrained until the end of your next turn.
Yeah.
So.
And does it say anything about them like losing it if they get hit? It's not one of those kind of ones.
No, because it's only for the one turn.
Nice.
But that could be a game changer in a fight.
Oh, definitely.
I think if you get advantage if they're restrained. on
Well,
the
we've
attacks.
actually
Well, I've got my player handbook out.
and it's
Let
on
me
page.
Have a look. If you are playing along at home, Restrained is on page 373 of the player handbook. Now, I can read but can't count. So
The new player handbook.
I do, yeah, of course.
Not
Which
the
we should
old.
be using it.
Of course.
So Restrained. Speed 0. Attack rolls against you have advantage, your attack rolls have disadvantage, and you have disadvantage on dexterity saving throws.
So that combined with someone throwing a fireball.
Fireball, yeah, that's so.
Oh, wow.
That's immediately what I thought as well.
Yeah. Although it's within 30 feet, you'd want to cast it and then get yourself out the area
Yeah, you
before the
can
fireball
easily do that though, can't you? Multi-class it with your ether specialist and just teleport out.
Perfect.
Done. Bang.
At level 5, Warlock's Echo is the ability you get. So you can channel fragments of your captive's magic. After you finish a short or long rest, choose one Eldritch Invocation with a prerequisite of 5th level or lower. You gain the benefits until you finish your next long rest. Your next rest, it says, doesn't specify long or short. You cannot select invocations that grant pack boons, so like Agonizing Blast, with Ancient Secrets, etc. Which is quite cool. Lots of choice there, isn't there? Lots of flavour.
So much utility there.
Yeah.
You could do so much stuff. Oh,
What's your favourite Warlock thing then? What's your favourite Warlock feature that you can get from that? Any spring to mind instantly as that's really useful?
well, it depends on your species choice. Something like Devil Sight
Yes.
would be really cool. So you can go, oh fuck, I can't see. Actually, yes, I can. Thank you, Mr. Warlock in a prison.
Yeah.
And borrow your eyes.
Yeah.
That'd be quite cool.
Well, the range, there's a range extender as well, isn't there?
That was the range of your spells.
Yeah, I think so.
So we have a look at some. Just play
Yeah,
handbook.
let's do it.
If you're playing along at home, you will find the Warlock stuff on a page in the player handbook that I haven't quite got to yet. So I'm just filling at the moment.
You?
Yes,
Feeling what?
myself. Page 153 is the Warlock thing.
Have you ever played the Warlock, Andy?
I created one, but I haven't played one.
Oh.
I've often found magic users to be fairly complex to play. As I said, as a player, I tend to stick very much to run up, twat them, and then laugh because I've hurt them, or cry because I missed them.
I think the Warlock is kind of the easiest gateway spellcaster because they only have 2 spell slots, don't they?
It's always at highest level.
Yeah.
So with them, it's kind of like, okay, you can kind of start using magic, but you don't have to try and figure out what spells at what levels. It's like 2 max.
Less
done.
resource management.
Yeah.
And you're getting back on a short or long rest as well.
Yeah.
Which helps. Example things you can do
Yes.
as a Shackle Cleric. Mage Armor on yourself. Levitate on yourself. Devil's Sight, we've already said. Can't do that one. Advantage on con saves to maintain concentration. You can't do that one. You can't do that one. The Gaze of Two Minds.
What is the Gaze of Two Minds?
Touch somebody else and see through their eyes. Isn't it?
Bonus action, touch willing creature, perceive through its senses till the end of your next turn. There's some other stuff as well. We don't worry about that.
What benefit is that? I mean, if you've got to touch them, anything they can see, you can see.
So that's what Martin
Exactly.
uses. That's what Martin uses on my character in Ash's campaign. So I'm playing a monk who's got ridiculous movements. He can also cast spells through me, but I don't know, that's a different thing.
No, that is that one.
That is
Yeah.
that one.
So I can touch
he
you, then you can
touches
move
me.
away.
Oh, right. So, okay, right.
So as I run past him, he touches me. I run into the thing, and whilst I'm punching something, he's casting touch spells through me at the creature from a different room.
Okay, right.
Yeah,
That's
it's
cool.
not like a permanent hand job or anything. And the other one you can have is Gift of the Gift of the
You said
Dead.
that so sad. Not like a permanent hand job or anything.
You can breathe underwater. Swim speed equal to your speed and cost water breathing once expending a spell slot.
Oh, so the extended range is going to be one of the ones you can't have, is it?
But I think the power of this ability,
list.
though, for the Warlock's Echo is after you finish a short or long rest, choose one of those.
Yeah.
So if you know you're going to be going into a sunken temple, you can just go, can we have a rest first?
Yeah.
Cool. Take a short rest, choose the water breathing one.
Gift
off
of
you
the
go.
Depths, yeah.
Yeah.
Rock does that anyway.
Which is really cool.
Sorry?
Rock can do that anyway. You can hold his breath up for an hour.
But that's because you're species choice, though.
Rot is the name of his character in the Tuesday evening.
Right, okay, that's the information I've
Well,
got.
that's the
It did sound like you were saying rock, and I thought you meant
Okay,
Dwayne the Rock
Russell
Johnson for a moment. And I was like, how could the Rock hold his breath for so long? That's crazy. Why do you know this piece of information about him? Why is not everybody hearing this information about him? Yeah, sure, he was a wrestler, and sure, he does TV and films, but he can hold his breath for a really long time.
I really like Warlock's Echo as a feature.
Yes, it's very cool.
I quite like anything that gives you a dip into another class that you maybe don't have,
Yeah.
because it means that you don't feel like you need to necessarily multi-class, because you get some of that utility from the other class already.
Yeah.
I think that's a really nice one.
Yeah.
I'm not going to say anything yet, but yeah.
We then got a bit of a jump all the way up to level 17 for the next ability, which is Prison Warden. So you've become a master of the captive vault. You're immune to being charmed or frightened. When a creature that sees you within 30 feet casts a spell, you can use your reaction to attempt to counter it. Basically a counter spell, up to 5th level without expending a spell slot.
Whoa.
You can use that feature a number of times equal to your wisdom modifier per long rest. So potentially up to 5 times.
Jeez.
That's massive.
Which is, it's huge. That's a lot of effectively free spell slots for a warlock.
Yep.
But for 17th
and the cleric
level,
as well.
it's kind of this.
Yeah.
Yeah, you'd expect that at that kind of
Yeah.
high level, wouldn't you? Yeah.
Also, when you reduce a creature to 0 hit points with a spell, you can imprison its soul as if casting Soul Cage. No material components. You can only maintain the one imprisoned soul at a time.
Can we get a clarification on what soul
I'm on
cage
it.
is?
I'm on it. I'm finding Soul Cage.
Because I don't think I have ever heard of that before. Is that a new?
I don't think it's a new one. I think it's been there a while.
Okay.
Well, if I remember rightly, it stops people moving too far away from you, leaving the plane, that sort of stuff, if I remember rightly. But
Okay. You try to remember your alphabet, Ash?
got to sing the song.
Yeah.
A, B, D, G,
I see what's going wrong.
G.
Gee.
Okay, why am I having a real moment here where I can't find it?
Soul is
It's much
S.
easier to stop people leaving the plane.
Soul is
Take
an
off.
S.
Hang on a minute. Yeah, I know. I can't find it in the book.
It'd be good to know which.
Don't worry. I'm on it. Someone feel for me.
You say that you're on it.
I've got it. This spell snatches the soul of a humanoid as it dies and traps it inside the tiny cage for you.
For you and you.
Well, that
That's
went
easy for you to say.
Blip. Okay, let's forget the fluff. You can exploit the soul in a number of ways. You can use a trapped soul 6 times. Once you exploit the soul for the 6th time, it's released and the spell ends. So, you can steal life, so bonus action to drain vigour from the soul, regain 2d8 hit points. Query soul, you can ask it a question and receive an answer. Borrow experience, you can use a bonus action to bolster yourself, making your next attack roll, ability check or saving throw with advantage. If you don't use that benefit by the start of your next turn, it's lost. Eyes of the Dead. Use an action to name a place the humanoid saw in life, which creates an invisible sensor somewhere in that plane. Sensor remains in place as long as you concentrate for up to 10 minutes. You receive visual and auditory information from the sensor as if you were there. A creature can see the sensor, blah, blah, blah.
Can I two clarifying questions? Number 1, what class is that spell available to?
Wizard and Warlock.
Okay. And 2, does it say that there is a limit to how many souls you can have trapped at once?
So it's on this. It's 1 from the cleric subclass. It's a 1.
Or just if the spell is available to others, does it have a limit to others? Because if you could create something like a dude turns up and he's just got 1,000 jars on a belt. It's just like, oh, this is Stephen. this is Tracy.
Where's Mary? She's been there before.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've only got 1 left on old Todd.
He's a nice fella. I don't want him to go just.
But it's nice. I also appreciate.
Small person.
Yeah. Well, I've got. I'm very attached. But I like that it said that the soul is released. That distinction rather than destroyed, because that gives a very different swing on the old spell.
There's no limit. It's not concentration.
Do not. So you could have any number of.
I love it. It's a wandering trader.
It's a reasonably high level spell slot.
6th level. 6th level necromancy from Xanathar's.
And could you... Is it the kind of spell that is only applicable to yourself, or could you trap a soul and then give that soul to someone? So they can use the benefits of it?
I picture it like you're trapping the soul in some sort of physical vessel, is the way I mentally picture it.
So one of the components is a tiny silver cage worth 100 gold pieces.
So in theory, you could give that to somebody, couldn't you?
I get that's a DM question, I think.
Okay. It doesn't specify, like, use
Well, so
self.
it says, while you have a soul inside the cage, you can exploit it in any of the ways described below. You can use a trap soul up to 6 times.
Okay.
Kind of suggests it's the caster, but I think most DMs, if they had some kind of arcane ability or affiliation with necromancy, or they're a warlock, or they're a wizard, would probably let you use them.
You're trying to trade it with the devil or something like that. Yeah.
I mean, even if it was like a diminished number of turns, if it wasn't their soul that they'd captured, maybe they could only use it 3 times.
Maybe 3 times on 6. Yeah, that might be a good way of doing it.
I can't imagine there's much of a high trade though. It's not like you're going to walk through a marketplace and like, new souls for sale.
I don't know, it depends where you are.
Possibly.
Midnight Market?
Maybe. Yeah.
What is the Midnight Market?
Midnight Market is a black market in the city of Dragonmount that can only be accessed by stepping through a certain fountain at a certain time of day.
You say in the city of Dragonmount.
Well, no, that's where it's accessed, isn't it? But it can access from lots of other places as well.
Yeah.
Cool.
Excuse me, son. Do you want to see my Maggies, my Reggies? I've got a Reggie here.
Yeah.
Yours for 2 shackles.
I feel like this new Midnight Market character is going to appear. So that's level 17. There's also a rather lovely section at the end around shackled clerics in the Allhavens, and kind of how they're viewed and how they work in an Allhaven settings to give people some inspiration, which I think is a really nice addition. So because the power's secret, shackled clerics move quietly through the world, perceived as wandering priests and healers, a bit like the intro on that kind of first section. But then it goes into more specifics. So, for example, Dragonmount. The people of Dragonmount welcome shackled clerics as selfless servants of the poor. In the chaos after the Sundering, they became the only healers who never faltered. So they're welcome there. Thalsari, suspicious of unlicensed faith. The Thalsari crown doesn't officially sanction shackled clerics. Shackled clerics. Though many quietly serve in the villages where royal priests have grown inefficient. Ocean Hold. Shackled clerics are respected as battlefield healers and permitted to follow the soldiers at sea. Their strange resilience is valued more now than ever. And then also Salhaya. In the deserts, shackled clerics are often mistaken for I can't pronounce the word, Ash. What's the word?
Ascetics. I'm not really sure what that word is. That's not the word I know.
Of the old sun cults.
Is this a made-up word?
I don't think so.
Or is it a word
I
that's
think
like
it
Old
means
English?
looking like, is what I'm...
Can I see the word?
Yeah, of course. Zoom it
Show me the word.
in a little bit. So that's how Sahara section.
No, I've just-
In fact, you can finish reading out. But
Wait, where were you? Where's the word I'm looking for?
somewhere there. That's Sahara, that section.
In the desert, shackled clerics are often mistaken for...
So they are
Ascetics.
individuals who practice strict self-discipline and abstain from worldly pleasures, material comforts and physical desires, typically to pursue spiritual, religious or intellectual goals.
Thank you, Dave, for that
Thanks,
new word
Dave.
to our
You've educated us.
vocabulary. Yeah.
I honestly can't think of it as another situation in my life where I might use it, but if I come across it again, I will still not know what it means because I'll forget by then.
Not only is Dave a great D&D player, a genuinely lovely bloke, but also much cleverer than me.
It's teacher.
Teacher. He's a teacher. He is an Adonis.
Was it the notable shackled cleric bit that you would like me to?
It's just that's Sahara bit.
Or the Sharhara. In the desert, shackled clerics are often mistaken for ascetics of the old sun cults, wandering between oases to heal the sick and soothe the dying.
Which I think is a nice touch. Obviously, there's not all the cities and regions and stuff represented there, but it's not often anyone thinks to remember Sahara at the time this was kind of put together.
Well, at the time Dave wrote that, he didn't know that the Sarahia would be split out from everything else and become its own region. So it's a fortuitous occurrence.
It's very cool, and I think that's a lovely touch to kind of just put in there how they're seen by to help people role play and get into character and build that backstory.
Yeah.
Then there's also the notable cleric Geoffrey Shanks has been mentioned.
Jeffrey.
Geoffrey Shanks, the Carney human cleric, runs the Shanks orphanage in the lower wards of Dragonhelm. That's canon now, isn't it? To the city, he's a hero, a man who never turns away a child, who feeds the hungry and who asks nothing in return. Adventurers and nobles alike donate to his work, seeing him as a symbol of hope among the poor. Only Geoffrey knows the terrible truth, that the children under his care sleep safely each night because of the souls of the condemned scream in silence beneath the city.
Ah.
No child should pay for the mistakes of their parents. If there's a cost, let it fall on me. Geoffrey Shanks. There's a little quote at the end there, which I think is rather beautiful. It's well done, Dave.
It's a great little subclass though.
Yeah.
I enjoy that.
What do you guys reckon then?
Definitely give it a go.
Give that one a go?
Oh yeah. I love the whole once you've I love the whole background of it. It's one of the few that gives you meaty flavour for where you could bring it meaty flavour.
Lovely bit of beef.
Oh, lovely bit of beef, where you can bring it from. Yeah.
I like it. I feel like it's edgy, a bit edgy like a warlock, but it allows you a lot of scope for role play and that kind of I'm good to the world, but actually I've got this secret. I've got a secret. But it's not quite as in your face as like Death Domain Cleric or a Necromancer type class. It's a bit more subtle.
I like it. I think I would actually give that a go. Go play that. Not that I wouldn't play the others, but I would play that.
Yes, you would.
I don't play very often.
But you do get through characters quite quickly when you do play. So
thanks.
So you've got more of a chance to play all of these, really.
So, what about you, Andy? Is it a class you like?
So you wait until I start sipping a mouthful of coke before asking me the
Do
question.
you want to rummage in the bag whilst we're talking? That's,
Again, I think it's beautifully written, but it's just something that doesn't really appeal to me.
too smelly, nasty. Fair enough. Absolutely fair enough. The last homebrew creation we had was a background, which we actually covered in the last episode, which is Greywind Marisha, so we're not going to repeat that, but thank you very much, Antonio, for that one.
Go listen to it if you haven't listened to it.
Yep. Very thematic as well for the adventures and the days that you're running for us. Which is brilliant. Other stuff, in the 26 players companion is custom equipment. So there's a couple of rehashes. So the Archinometer is a rehash of something that we've released before.
A redesign. Rehash makes that sound very like I can just mess it up and chuck it back in.
Look,
Come on, John, I put hours into this.
I apologise, I haven't got the eloquence of Dave.
I forgive you. Just try harder.
Fine, it's a redesign. Hours and hours and hours.
Weeks.
Hours, weeks,
Meticulous.
months, years of work.
Decades.
Gone
My
into
life's
that.
work.
I believe Canificare weapons are also a redesign. Thank you. Thank you for the approving nod. So we will go through those. I'm bored of my voice, so I'm gonna perhaps ask Andy if he would like to do us the introduction to the Archinometer.
My favourite piece of
Scroll
equipment.
up or down.
My favourite.
Favourites.
Which bit's the introduction? Under the term Archinometer
That's the
or...
one.
Right, okay.
Yeah.
Right, the Archinometers have seen a resurgence in use since they were obtained by the Heroes Guild and the Divine Inquisitors. While their use outside of these organisations is highly restricted and is considered illegal, they have their place and are incredibly useful and powerful. I messed that up, so I'll carry on.
No one would have known.
Archinometers work by detecting where the magical ley lines cross one another, allowing the user to predict where ether storms may converge. Magic users can use this knowledge to enhance their powers.
Oh.
We want to carry on?
You just
No.
No.
just can't carry on until you hand the paperwork back. Awesome, thank you very much, Andy. So Archinometers are unpredictable in their nature. So you've got to choose to expend spell slots in order to use the Archinometer. So, for example, if you wanted to cast you choose to expend like a level 1 spell slot and a level 2 spell slot. When you roll on the Archinometer table, it gives you a kind of a varying range. So, level 1 and level 2 spell slot allows you to add or subtract 3 from the roll. So when you roll on the table, there's a whole bunch of things that can happen. So if you rolled a 4 on the d12, the effect is randomly select spell cast within 60 feet of you, make their next attack roll or saving throw from a magical effect at disadvantage. But because you've used a first and a second level spell slot, you can subtract 3 from it, and you can add 3. So you can also choose option 1 and option 7. So give you 3 choices, and you can choose then what it does. The reasoning for that is some of the effects on the Archinometer table are detrimental to yourself as well as people. So you teleport 30 feet in a random direction, landing as close to the target destination as possible without occupying the same space as another creature. You're fighting on a cliff. That's pretty risky.
Yeah.
What's your favourite one, Ash? I'm not going to read all of the abilities of the Archinometer out. People can grab the book if they want to, but what's your favourite one on there?
I love a summon.
You love a summon?
Yeah, so the hero summon, you summon either an archmage or a warrior commander for a number of minutes equal to a proficiency bonus. They take their turn immediately after yours. You may control them as though they are another character controlled by you.
I think the way that the summon works in our adventure games is actually even better, because what you have is this like little Henry VIII type character that runs around the hall to find the appropriate summonee and take them to the other table. I think that's wonderful.
Too long to realise what you were referencing this time. It's like, it's another campaign that you guys are doing. What?
Yeah, where's my... Oh, yeah.
Yeah, got it.
I think I love that, because that mechanic of dragging players around on that November game is really nice to see it in when you can't do it in the same way in that environment. Plus all the other random stuff as well. I think it's very, very cool. Makes me think the Archinometers we had for the November game are much more reliable than the stuff we're allowing.
Yeah, well, it's just a way of getting people to be able to use an Archinometer in a game where you haven't got multiple players on multiple tables, because that's not a normal thing to have.
Yeah, it was just a little bit of a bugger when I was running one of the tables with the lowest level players, and one of mine was being stolen, leaving me one player short.
It's all a bit fun, wasn't it?
Everyone had a blast on that one. I think my favourite is the Archinometer disappears and reappears in the hands of a creature within 20 feet, selected randomly. You're no longer attuned to it, and the creature receiving is attuned to it. If there's no creature in 20 feet, the Archinometer instead just unattunes from you, but remains in your possession. I think that's brilliant. Oh, I've used it to get something, and now the big bad's got it.
Yeah.
So yeah, some very, very cool random abilities that can trigger. So the next set of equipment in the book is Elven Weapons. So Elven Weapons, there's a lot of blurb around, graceful equipment, nice, pretty, mechanically. Elven weapons, you take any mastery properties off them and you give them the Elven Mastery. So the Elven Mastery gives the weapon the finesse weapon property, in addition to the other weapon properties you may have. Additionally, if the weapon has the heavy property, you may use your dexterity instead of strength to wield it. So you can have an Elven greatsword and be a dex fighter effectively and still have all your dex bonuses.
That's cool.
Which is very cool. I love a dex fighter, so that's... Yeah. What's your thoughts, Andy? Thinking?
Are you thinking or are you constipated?
Both.
Okay.
I was thinking...
About being constipated.
Yeah, I wish this shit would come out.
Yeah, lovely.
Yeah, I mean, I like the idea of Elven weapons, but like Ash, I don't play a huge amount until recently when I joined your campaign. But unfortunately, I'm not rich enough to actually own any full weapons at the moment.
I think it's something that you guys are going to see. It's where the campaign is set in Falsari.
Yeah,
you guys will definitely be seeing some of those knocking about.
Mm-hmm.
And don't tell me you can't afford it. I am a generous DM. You have tons of gold, more gold than you've got shops at this point.
Yeah, but I tend to send my character tends to sell his creations for a pittance because he was raised believing he was shit at his job.
The next set of equipment is all around the Dwarven Forges of Nagaldir. So these are essentially enhanced armour equipment that you can get. There are 5 different types. So Dwarven Ringmail, Dwarven Chainmail, Dwarven Splint, Dwarven Plate, and Dwarven Shield. The armour class changes slightly. So for example, a normal shield is just +2 to your armour class. With the Dwarven Shield, it's 1 plus your con modifier.
Ooh.
With plate armour, it's 17 plus your con modifier. So if you're building a proper Dwarven tanky build, you can have armour classes over 20 quite easily, I think, with that. Disadvantage on stealth for all of it, mind. And there is a strength requirement of, chainmail is 13, which I think is normal anyway. I don't think that's actually changed. Has that been upped slightly?
Well, that doesn't sound dense, but I'm taking it Dwarven armour is made by dwarves, not necessarily just for dwarves. So you don't have to be a dwarf in order to wear it.
I would assume so. Yeah.
Yeah, chainmail gives disadvantage normally. Or was it the strength modifier?
It was the strength modifier.
Sorry, yeah, the strength thing is the same as well.
Yeah, so mechanically the same as normal armour, but you get the extra AC protection. Yes, it's made in Nagaldir by the dwarves. It doesn't mean it has to be dwarven size.
So if you had +5 in your con, and you had both the plate and the shield, you'd have a +7 shield.
It'd be a +6 shield, and you would have 22 AC plus the 6, so 28 your AC would be. Good luck saving the dex, on a dex save though.
But
or sneak up on anybody.
Yeah, it's just like a suit of armour from a castle come to life kind of situation. Bonk.
Expensive though.
Yeah, that would cost you
1 million. $10.
So the plate armor is 2,000 gold pieces.
Unless you run the gold in.
It's good to anybody like.
I feel like in the 27 companion we need to have some NPC blocks that include some of these equipments on them.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Be cool.
that would be cool.
Like a guard from, like a veteran guard from Nagoldir or something with like fully equipmented up, so people can use them in their games.
Yeah. That would be cool.
The last bit of equipment that's again making a return is the Conificare weapons. Ash, would you like to talk us through these?
Is that because they're too complicated for you?
I've read it 4 times. I can't get my head through it. I just can't understand it.
Okay, so one of the changes in 2024 was the weapon mastery things, which enabled us to make some changes. Conifical weapons have a Conifica mastery.
Every time you say that, I think you're saying kanafa, which is the stuff they use to make those Dubai chocolate. Tasty.
Definitely not that. So with a Carnifica weapon, when you get a critical hit, rather than rolling the damage dice twice, you roll them normally and then roll the additional dice as indicated by the table below. And there's a little table which basically takes dice and turns it up to the next one. So a D4 is a D6, a D6 is a D8, D8, D10, D10, D12, D12 to D20, and D20 becomes 2D20. So if you get a critical hit, you roll your damage dice and then roll the additional damage dice as well.
So in what situation would you have a D20 in the first place?
It's just in there for completeness, I think.
Right,
I'm not
okay.
sure there is a weapon that has
So it's
it.
not like the
Great
weapon.
axe is D12, isn't it? That's the
Yeah.
highest.
So that would be the highest. Okay.
But it's in there for just to cover all of our bases kind of thing. If a DM decided to make some kind of
Insane weapon.
magical carnifical weapon, then
Some
potentially.
legendary item or something.
Yeah. And that's all there is to it. It's as simple as that.
Oh,
I think that pairs nicely with like, is it champion against the crits on 19?
It's on 19 to 20. Yeah, there's a couple of good
leans
combos
into-
there, isn't there?
Yeah.
And it can be put on any type of weapon as well. So it could be put on a finesse weapon as well as a non-finesse weapon.
so could you use it on one of the elven weapons? Could you mix those two, or is it separate?
You have to have 2 masteries then.
Okay.
So you can't put. I don't think you can put 2 masteries on one weapon. Don't think.
No finesse and there's things like finesse and throne though, isn't
Yeah,
there?
finesse is a property though, not a mastery.
That's
isn't
true.
Well,
Yeah,
so you've got. So is throne a mastery
it? Property.
No.
property? Okay.
So the masteries are, is it sap,
the sap.
slow,
Yeah.
the
Nick,
mix, yeah,
Okay.
that sort of
Shove.
stuff.
Push.
Okay. Okay.
So that's the
Well-
equipment in the new 26 players companion. If people want that companion, and where can they get that from, Ash?
Patreon.com/CharityDND, where you can head over to the shop and buy, or you can sign yourself up to become a member of the Charity Gaming Guild at Diamond tier, Emerald tier, a tier where you can get the PDF copy for free. Obsidian members will get a hard copy once I can actually get it laid out nicely.
And all of that stuff is completely legal at any
Any
of our
CGG,
events. Yeah.
as per
Sorry.
our global rulings.
So all my future characters are wearing dwarven armour and carrying a carny weapon.
Perfect.
There we go.
Still no good if you're all natural ones on the plan, is it?
Yeah, well, at least one get hit.
True.
So, whilst we talk about equipment, then, what is your favourite piece of equipment that you have on the player? What's a piece of equipment that you love using?
Bagpipes that irritates the
And-
shit out of everyone.
What is the most inventive way you've ever found of using a piece of equipment that you can think of?
The favourite equipment, does that include like weapons? Or are you talking just clarify what you mean by equipment, so we know what
Rope,
warehouse we're looking in.
weapons, sticks of dynamite, not your normal
Like ball bearings, kind of that
Yeah,
kind of what you get in your
yeah.
backpack
yeah,
situation.
your backpack stuff. What do you always take when you got some spare gold? What is it you always think? I'm going to throw that into my kit. Andy's putting the face like he's never thought about this.
I haven't. I haven't. If I have any spare gold, it's your health potion, health potion, health potion.
Yeah, I think it's tricky because it's very situational dependent what you could use them for. It's not often that you come up against a situation where it's like, okay, you haven't miraculously, because of what's happened in the campaign, just happened to come across, hey, this is the item that you happened to need for this, lucky you, to then be forced to go, what have I got in my backpack that could legitimately help me in this? You always get that, oh, we've got to climb a mountain, I've got pitons, brilliant, that's what they're there for. But there's not many situations that I can think of where you go, ball bearings, chuck them on the ground. No, I'm going to use ball bearings to, as an example, corridor, arrow slits in the walls of the corridor. I'm going to plug those arrow slits with all of my ball bearings so we can't get hit by the trap.
I think that's a great example.
Okay. So answered the question, thank you very much. Yeah. I'll be here all week.
I've never done it, but I would like to see in a game 2 bugbears, one sit on the other's shoulders, cover themselves in a really big sort of animal fur, and then play bagpipes under the animal fur so it looks like some frightening creature making some god-awful noise. And that'll scare the crap out of anything that comes towards them.
And call itself a haggis.
Yes. The vengeful haggis.
Yep.
Oh, right.
What about you, Ash?
New character creation. Vengeful haggis.
I think my favourite piece of equipment is rope. It's so versatile. If there's ever a piece of equipment that I see players use more than anything else, it's rope. Whether it's tying someone up, which is what normally tends to happen on a Tuesday night, and in the game as well, or crossing a bridge, or moving something around, or swinging across a bridge made out of light to rescue your fallen companions for absolutely no gratitude and thanks whatsoever.
Yeah, absolutely.
A bit of rope is what you need, isn't it?
Go to kind of keep your team safe as well when you're going through a precarious area to kind of tie everyone together. Which always in your head sounds like a good idea, but then when you're realistically in that situation, it's like, yeah, but if one person goes, everyone's going. Yeah, everyone's going. I think it's more of those, like, this is a terrible comparison, but it's the only way my brain went, like having a condom in your back pocket. It's like, it's nice to have it there for safety, but actually, realistically, there's no guarantee that's going to help.
If you don't say you tie the rope on, just someone's going to roll on that one. If you tie the rope on, everyone's going to roll 15s and you'll be fine anyway. It's that situation, isn't it?
Awesome. I just find it frustrating, though, that every bit of rope we ever buy is 50 feet long and every DM sets the gap at 60 feet.
Yeah. We need to get in contact with whoever it is that's designating the length of the rope, and Neil Hagen's just say, can I please commission like 100-foot rope? Please.
We get 2 and time together.
Yeah, but you do that. Well, we had one where it was like, oh, it's too long. It's not quite long enough. Well, you've got to chop. Now I've got a 10-foot piece of rope, which is completely useless because I had to chop it to attach it to the other end of it because that bit was too long.
And your knot tying was not very good, and it came apart halfway through, and you're all falling to your death. Bye.
It's your rope now.
Oh, you problem.
What's your dad looking at?
Right. Be pervert. Who? Who are you talking about? This is a completely different scenario.
I think on that note, we wrap up the episode there. Thank you everyone for listening. Say goodbye, everybody.
Bye, everybody.
Bye.
We'll see you on the next one.
Ta-ta.
Oh, it's a sauce. Steak tartare. Oh, I like
Padding, guys. Thank you.
We're still recording. I haven't finished it.
Welcome everyone and howdy. We're going to sort of put out a special thanks to all our Patreon members. I will kick us off with our Ruby members. We have Onyx12 Nix, One Fish, and I will be having words with your parents for why they gave you such strange names. Josh, Alberta, Becca M, Paul C, Lil May and Niall.
And our Sapphire members, Kylie, Dave R and Gary.
Emerald members, Michael, Samantha and Stuart.
And our Diamond Geezers, Andy, Zeke, Chris L, Martin, David F, John, Bertie and Ash.
And of course, that just leaves our ruling council Patreon tier members, Chris BT, Sophia and JP. Thank you to all of our Patreon members for supporting everything we do. And if you want to shout out on the Nat Pun podcast, head over to patreon.com/CharityDND and sign up today.